Hello and welcome to Sunshine Haze. I am Aja A. For those of you guys that have never seen one of my videos, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that have, as you see tarot cards on your screen, you know it's time for a new moon reading. This time around we are in the new moon in Virgo. We're in the Virgo lunar cycle, so wrapping up the Leo lunar season. We're now in, Virgo solar season. Lots of different things going on. I do have a video up about what the Virgo lunar season means for us energetically. If you're interested in, learning a little bit more, go on and check that video out. I've got a link down in the description box below. This video is for my Libras, my scales. If you feel like what I'm saying in this video is not resonating with you, that means this video probably isn't for you. So go on and check out your moon or rising sign or rising sign. One of those videos may have the message for you this time around, okay? All right, y'all. I'm gonna drink some water and then we'll get started. Okay, so I'm gonna do my typical 5-card. I forget that I said these. I don't have all of my, sorry y'all, I'm fucking up. I just got a lot right now. I don't have all of the stones that I usually have with me, but that's okay. I've got some new stones. Ooh, just cut the deck and you've got the body and mind card sliding out right there. And that is a card about alignment. So it's very interesting. That's a card that resonates very much with your energy, talking about balance between you and the physical and you on a higher level, i.e. your higher self coming into alignment with your highest good, if that makes sense. So this Virgo lunar season may be very, very fruitful for you guys. Very, very, very abundant, very beneficial, very positive. But let's go on and shuffle these cards. As I said, this video is for Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising. We'll be doing my typical 5-card spread, looking at the energy for you guys during this time, looking at any crossing energies for you guys. And because we're talking about Virgo, I said about, and it didn't sound like it was different than about, but it kind of messed up the whole sentence for me, so my bad. Since we're talking about Virgo, I'm going to be looking at what types of new habits or new routines you need to be bringing into your life, and then also be looking at where you need to be more organized or more practical or more grounded, more stable. And then as always, looking at a little soul message for you guys, okay? I'm going to go on and finish shuffling while I'm done shuffling this deck. So we're going to cut this deck. Oop. The deck again, and ooh, okay, very interesting, because your planet is going into retrograde while we're in this Virgo solar season, and that is the energy that Venus resonates with. So it's very interesting, that card coming up. We'll talk about it when we finish pulling the rest of these cards. And is that water or air? That's water. Got the love card and you got the 10 of water right there. So I'm curious, Libra, what's popping off for you guys? All right. Oh, and I just slid it back into the deck, but there was a 3 of swords on the bottom of my other deck, so I'm not really sure. That's one of the all shit cards, Libra. So let's pop in. Let's shuffle this one for you guys and see what it's looking like. Something just fell out. That's the 6 of Wands. And that is a card of, ooh, y'all, and there's a 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. The 6 of Wands is a card dealing with understanding that things can be chaotic, but that you will come out of that chaos. And then you've got the 2 of Cups. So I don't really, I don't know, Libra, if some of you, and there's a death card, if some of you maybe not even recently have gone through a breakup, but have gone through something, you know, intense, or some sort of loss or some sort of shift in your romantic life within this past like year or so that really affected you quite heavily. It's looking like this time might be the time in which you either like completely heal from it possibly, or figure out how to move on from it, or learn the things that you needed to learn from it so that you can, you know, keep it pushing. But let's go on and finish shuffling. All right, got the deck. Y'all know I don't like doing love readings, but it's already kind of looking like that's what this might be for y'all, Libras. And then understand, when I talk about love, it doesn't necessarily always have to be romantic love. It can be like love of career, love of self, love of, you know, your friends, your family. Family just depends on the reading. If I remember correctly, that's the card that you guys got in your 2018 forecast. So it's interesting that that is the energy for your year, but it's coming up crossing you during this particular time, right before you start your new year, right before you guys go into your own lunar season. So this reading is going to be interesting. It's looking like, ooh, but you've got, Libra, a lot of 9 energy and 10 energy here. So 1 energy and 9 energy. So cycles are big things for you during this Virgo lunar cycle. And as I said, because you guys are actually wrapping up your year, the next lunar cycle that we go into is your lunar cycle. So that is your new beginning. Libra, what is going on here? You guys got the love card coming up at the heart of your reading, coming up in the position of the energy for you during this lunar cycle. And the Virgo lunar cycle, we are talking about mid-September to mid-October, if you're wondering what the lunar cycle is, okay? You got the love card coming up at the heart of your reading. And when this card pops up, it's a card that literally, it's a literal translation. The energy of love, and as I was saying, Venus we're in the shadow right now, but Venus is going to be going into retrograde, and that is your planet. So the energy of love and all things tied to love is very, very heavy, very prominent for you guys right now, because as I said, we're talking about cycles for you, Libra. We're ending a year for you and getting ready to start a new year for you. So this Virgo lunar cycle is you guys' like wrap up time. This is kind of like the Christmas season, if that makes sense, like right before New Year's. Like this is where you're getting everything together and like trying to finally phase certain things out and start planning for the new that you want to come in your next year. And what it's looking like, Libra, for you, this energy coming up for you during this time is telling me that what you guys should be focused on during this time is love in all aspects, love in regards to how you're putting out love in regards to how you're receiving love, and love in regards to how you view and treat yourself. This card also popping up in the energy could very much so talk about a past love, especially with this retrograde energy popping off. Could talk about a past love either popping back up in your life physically, like you see them and you're thrown off by seeing them, or things surrounding your situation with that past love. And if it's something that's popping up in your mind, this is meaning that whatever situation is popping up, it was very important, and it had a very, very I don't know, I don't want to say important again, y'all know I'm a writer, I like to jazz things up, but had a very heavy impact on your growth and who you are as a person. So just keep that in mind. That somebody could be popping up during this next month for you that you've already dealt with, or you might be reflecting and thinking about certain behaviors or certain habits that you had in a particular situation that was very important to you. And again, I think the most important thing, Libra, and I think this has been a very, very strong theme this year, this love card popping up could very much so could very much so point to the type of energy that you're putting out during this time. This is coming up in your energy position. So Libra, what I also think is that this card is just a reminder that, you know, you're ending a cycle, so you need to pay very much attention to how you're treating yourself and to how you're doing your healing, because y'all know this is an 11 year. It's all about healing and enlightenment and creating new things. Pay attention to how you're treating yourself, Libra. I think this is a good time for you to, like I say in my retrograde videos, reflect and correct routines in regards to yourself and how you're loving yourself and how you're healing yourself. Like I said, that's been a very heavy, not heavy, a very, very prominent energy, or a very prominent theme for this particular year, okay? Now, the card that you have crossing you for this lunar cycle is interesting. Like I said, this is a card that I believe was the major energy for your 2018. And it's the 10 of Pentacles. And typically this is a card that is very positive, very abundant financially, spiritually. It's a card of enlightenment. So this card being the obstacle, being the crossing energy to this energy of love, what I feel like Libra is, I think it has more so to do with self-love and then also with old things popping up. But I think that 10 of Pentacles for you, Libra, is popping up in this crossing position to say, okay, you might be investing a lot of energy into what you have going on around you physically, like your job or your career. You might be paying a lot of attention to your finances or a lot of attention to your relationships or your friendships, just, tangible things. And what I think, Libra, is that during this time, this is actually not what your focus is supposed to be. As you guys see, it is supposed to be love for self, love for others, and looking at the ways in which you're receiving and giving love and allowing yourself to be treated and treating yourself. So this 10 of Pentacles is saying, Libra, you got to shift your focus. And during this time, it may be certain things are happening to where you're like, I really can't afford to not think about my living situation. I can't afford to not think about my money or school or work or my family or my friends. Like, it's almost like, I want to think about how I'm treating myself. I want to think about, these other things. I want to, reflect on the things I need to learn from my past situations, but I've got other shit going on that I just can't pull myself away from. And, that is a condition that has been lended to us by society. You very much so can take a few minutes to bring yourself out of everything around me is like fucked up, or everything around me is causing me stress. You have to make time to think about yourself and think about the energy around you and the energy that you exude, okay? Now, the next card that I have coming up for you guys, Libra, is in the position of what types of new habits do you need to bring into your life? And I like that this 9 of Wands is coming up for you guys. This is a card of hope. This is also a card of perseverance, a card of reassurance. If you look at the card, the imagery on the card, it looks like steps. And this is a card of, it's from the Wands suit, so it is a card from the fire element, which is all about taking action, all about drive and motivation and desire and willpower. So a habit that you guys need to be bringing in, Libra, you guys are the scales. You resonate with air energy. You're very intellectual. You weigh things out. You can see things for what they truly are. That is not something that you need to bring in. You do very well with that. What you guys need to be focusing on is what you do with the thoughts that you have. It's cool to think about something, but what good does that do if you're not taking action along with these thoughts that you have in regards to changing, your life, or in regards to your own growth spiritually and in the physical? The 9 of Wands is coming up saying, like, Libra, things may be a little rough. Things may seem a little hectic, especially with this 10 of Pentacles popping up right here. And especially if you've got old things popping up that are causing you a little bit of stress and making you, like, a little crazy. Not crazy in the sense of, like, you're crazy, but a little, like, things in your head are going all haywire. The 9 of Wands is saying, okay, look, things might be a little wild right now, but understand that you've got to stay strong. You've got to keep pushing through, because you're so close. You are so close to the end goal that you have set up for yourself, and you've got to keep pushing towards it. It doesn't make sense to put in all this work now and then to just, when you start feeling defeated, give up. We all get to that point to where we just start feeling like whatever it is that we're putting all our energy into is just not working out. It never fails. It always happens. There's always that, why did I do this? This is tiring. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to give up. But then in the long run, you're like, oh, good thing I didn't, because it all worked out. That's whatever I'm talking about here, whatever you feel like these cards are related to in your life, stick to it, Libra. Keep pushing. don't get so frustrated, and you guys can get frustrated because you are an air sign. So when things don't make sense to you or they're not logical to you personally, it frustrates you, it irritates you. Try to remain calm when things start to get a little hectic. Try to take a step back and look around and say, okay, this is happening because of this, and I can make things go a little bit smoother by doing X, Y, and Z. But stick to it, Libra. Don't give up. It's coming. It's right around the corner for you, okay? The 9 is right before the 10, which completes the suit. So just understand it's right there, and it's not going to be right there like it's dangling. It's waiting for you, but it's not going to continue to dangle if you give up and walk away. It won't be there if you decide you want to come back and try again, okay? Now, moving on to the other side with the Virgo aspects, you've got another 9 card. Again, I was talking about cycles and transformation and ending cycles and coming into a new. You have the 9 energy, so this is really you guys ending out your personal years, okay? You've got the 9 of Pentacles coming up in the position of where do you need to be more practical, where do you need to be more organized. Very interesting because you've got the 10 of Pentacles crossing you, and this 9 of Pentacles is popping up to say, okay, Libra, look, you've got a goal, but maybe the way that you've weighed these things out doesn't necessarily make too much sense. And that is the main theme for Virgo lunar season, is does this truly and honestly make sense? Is my process logical? Is what I'm planning on doing going to actually get me to the point that I want to get to? Give me 1 second, guys, sorry. Hi, I'm recording something. Sorry. As you guys know, I record these videos at my school, and they do tours all the time, and like, you know. But anyway, so you've got the 9 of Pentacles coming up on the side of where do you need to be more practical, where do you need to be more organized. And very interesting, like I said, you've got the 10 of Pentacles here, which is what's crossing you. So you're having issues regarding your foundations. You're having issues in regards to your foundations, in regards to, you know, either where you live, either you might be having problems with your rent, or you might not like your roommates, or you might not like where you might feel like it's too many repairs that need to be made. You might be feeling like you're lacking financially. You might be feeling like there's just a whole bunch of chaos in your family, or you might be feeling like you're just not really connecting with your partner at the time. You've got the 9 of Pentacles and where you need to be more practical and more organized. And so this is saying all those things that I just mentioned, there is a way, and this is probably what you want to hear, for you to logically approach a solution in all of those things. If a solution is meant to be approached. But remember and understand that Saturn is in Capricorn. So again, Libra, if some of this stuff is breaking down, to understand that you do need to let it break down, because it's supposed to make way for whatever this 9 of Wands and this 9 of Pentacles is telling you that you could be coming into, okay? But you need to think a little bit more. Virgo lunar season is all about, like I said, what makes sense, what's logical, what is actually practical. And so those tangible, those pentacles, those earthly things are maybe not working out for you because your process and the way that you're working with them or working through them is just not logical. It just may not make sense. And this is a time for you to really figure out what does and what doesn't, and do away with what doesn't. Although this is a new moon, and it's not a full moon, and it's not a time for release, it is a time to break bad habits and build new ones or form new ones, okay? Whew. All right, Libra. Not as crazy as I thought. I don't know why I thought this reading was going to be so crazy for you guys. All right, the last card that you have coming up for you in your spread is the 10 of, I believe that's water. I think we figured that out at the beginning, right? We said that was a 10 of water. That is a 10 of water. You got the 10 of water coming up in your soul message position. And so this is a card that talks again about cycles and cycles ending and allowing yourself to let things go, especially those things that you are heavily attached to. And although this is a Pentacles card, and Pentacles doesn't really resonate with too much emotional energy, you've got the Love card as your energy for the whole lunar season, and you have the Pentacles crossing the Love card. So what I'm going to say is that you have devoted a lot of time or energy into whatever these earthly things are, and you might be just feeling a little drained or a little, like defeated or disheartened behind some things that, or some situations that you might be in, or certain things that are going on. But the ten of water is saying, okay, Libra, like, all of this shit is happening for a reason. Whatever's phasing out, allow it to phase out. Let the water rinse and cleanse you of whatever it is that you don't need. Like, don't hang on to so much. You guys are the scales, but because you guys are a scale and you have that platform, you also tend to just let things pile up and sit there. You don't have to do that. You can actually, once you've weighed something out, you can actually release it from yourself and then go on to the next part of your life. This 10 of water coming up also in this position is all about understanding, all about knowledge, and it's all about divinity. So this is a card, this is a very spiritual time for you, Libra. This is a highly spiritual card. It's all about, you know, understanding and learning your truths. And now that you have learned and understand your truths in regards to the things that you have going on around you, coming up with that Virgo lunar energy, how can you move on throughout life and make things happen now that you understand what can and what can't, or now that you understand what needs to go into whatever, or this and that? How can you do that? How can you let go of what you don't need? How can you, in the same sense of trying to build and trying to make all these changes with this year ending for you, how can you also remember to love yourself and to put out love as well, and not become so consumed by everything going on around you, and not get so into your head to the point to where it puts you in a stressful state of mind, to which puts you into an agitated state of being, okay? All right, Libra. I think that was a good one. I think that one had some good advice in it. And you've got the youth there. So yeah, as we were talking about cycles ending, you're also coming up into new cycles, Libra. You are starting anew. Your lunar season is coming up next, which means your solar season is right around the corner, which means it's almost y'all's birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, by the way. But yeah, new beginnings, new cycles for you guys. So just understand, love yourself, put out love. And then also understand that the things going on around you are not, one, necessarily going to be happening forever, and two, it all happens for a reason. I say this in every single reading, divine timing. And you've got the star on the bottom of the deck, and you've got the chariot when I split the deck open. So you know there's hope. Things are going to turn out great for you, Libra. You do have to persevere. You do have to keep pushing. Tap into your own strength, your own warrior energy, and just understand that things are going to change for you, because you are actually, you know, astrologically coming up to the point to where it is time for things to change for you. Your year is ending and a new year is beginning. So I hope that message resonated with you guys. I hope it provides you with some insight and can help you, you know, move along throughout this lunar season. If you have any questions or comments, go on and drop them down below. I check my channel pretty frequently, so I, you know, will respond to you. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can book one with me through my Etsy shop. You can also do it with me through my email. However, I am running an end of summer sale starting Friday, the 14th, through the last day of summer, which I believe is the 21st or the 22nd. I'm not sure, but it's going to be on Etsy. So if you're interested in a personal reading, I would definitely go on and book one now, because I probably won't be doing another sale until the holidays. If you like the reading, go on and hit that little thumbs up button down below for me. Really appreciate it. If you know any Libras or Libra moons, Libra risings that you feel like this video might have some messages for them, please go on and send it to them. You guys do share my videos, and that is actually how my channel grows quite a bit, so I appreciate y'all for that. Uh-oh, Libra. Father of Wands, Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Hearts, and the Sun of Wands. Then about action in regards to the things that you love, and just things that you've got to get a grip on your thoughts surrounding the things that you've been through, Libra. You haven't had the easiest of times in this past year, but you know, I say this, it doesn't make sense to dwell on the negative when you could be out there creating something positive or doing something positive. Like, why would you want to wallow in the darkness when you could be putting out light or being, you know, surrounded by light? So just keep in mind, and I think this was coming up for a lot of your readings over the summer, Libra, is that you've got to put yourself in a positive headspace, or figure out what puts you in a positive headspace, so that you can then move yourself into positive situations or around positive people. Just positive energy, having it around you makes you feel more positive and raises your energy, raises your vibration as well, okay? So yeah, go on and, yep. I didn't even know that fell out. Yeah, Libra, you got to come on with the, you know, the self-pity and the sadness and wondering why certain things have happened to you. There's the Death card in the Tower and the Eight of Cups and then the Nine of Cups. So you've got like, all right, Libra, the last few readings that I've done for you, I understand you weren't really feeling it, but, you know, now is not the time to be wallowing in that anymore. You had your time to grieve or whatever was going on, or, you know, had your time to sit in the shadow of the bad stuff that may have been happening for you, but now is the time to try and move towards positive. And I say this to my friends and my family all the time. You know, happiness is a choice. We are influenced heavily by external influences, but you will only be affected by something so long as you allow yourself to be. So Libra, just think about, do you want to be happy or do you not want to be happy? It's up to you. The choice is yours. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Check out all my other videos. I didn't even plug any of my videos because I was dropping some knowledge. Check out the New Moon and Virgo video. Check out the Autumn Equinox Tarot Forecast. Check out the Summer Tarot Forecast if you kind of want to reflect. And check out my retrograde series. All right? Thank you guys so much for watching. For real, I will see y'all next time.